Hey everyone, welcome to Thursdays at 3. I'm your host, Jason Crespin. It is Thursday, February 25th, 2021. Already Thursday. This week has been long. I don't know about y'all, but man, yesterday I kept thinking it was Thursday, but nope, today's Thursday. Happy Friday Eve, as I like to say back when I was a little kid. We're gonna have a great fun show. We have a great special guest. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much fun. But before we get to that special guest, we want to remind you guys, of course, of all the things going on at the Amarillo Little Theater, especially this week. There's our number one Thursdays at 3 fan. Hello, Braden. Hope you're doing well today. Okay, a couple things we want to let you guys know about. One is, of course, if you haven't seen it yet, you only have one more chance, one more weekend, and hardly any chance at all because it's been selling out so quickly. Once, that's right, our fabulous musical Once has its final weekend, the third weekend now, at the, of course, ALT main stage. Beautiful show, of course, directed by Alan Schenkels, musical direction by Jennifer Akins. If you have not seen Once, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry for you because it was absolutely breathtaking, beautiful. Not only, of course, the performances and the vocals, but all of the musicians that are the actors in the show just absolutely blew me away. It's a beautiful production. We've had a great response. But I mean, I'm telling you right now, if you get on a wait list, do something, because man, if you don't have tickets to Once this final weekend and you didn't get to see it, you really missed out. It was a beautiful show. Kudos to the cast and production team and all of the amazing work that they put into that, because it was absolutely amazing. Love that show. Love JRB. Oh, love it, Luann. I hope you're doing well down in Midland. Wish I could be there. We wish you could be here too, Miss Luann. We got to get you out here to come see a show because, oh my gosh, amazing. All performances. And of course, you've had worked, I believe, with Kristen down there in Midland. She's just shining up here just as bright as well. So again, Once, call, say if anyone turns in their bubble of tickets, pick them up as soon as you can. Or if you guys have tickets for the show and you can't make it, post on social media, get those tickets out there to families or friends who could see the show in your place for your bubble, basically, because we want to make sure that they have and I just pulled up, this is right now the current seats for Once. There's 6 tickets remaining tonight at 7:30. It says one lone seat Friday at 8 o'clock. Saturday also one lone seat, and then Sunday it says sold out. So if you want any of those 8 remaining tickets, call ALT's box office. You all know the number, 806-355-9991. Check out our website, AmarilloLittleTheater.org, for tickets. So again, congratulations to the amazing cast of Once. All right, in other news, of course, Wizard of Oz, we've been rehearsing like crazy, trying to get the show, of course, ready to open next week, or not next week, next month. Whew, if it was next week, we would be in trouble. But of course, we're having a great time. This week, we had a fun little kind of update of the show, and I wanted to show a picture. If you're not following Bentley, our little Toto in the show, Bentley was there front and center when our Dorothys tried on their red ruby slippers. She was right there. And also wondering why he wasn't getting some new shoes. He's definitely like his dad, where if somebody gets something, he wants to have new shoes as well. But we're having a blast with the show. Tons of great work being put in by our production team and our cast members. And I'm telling you guys are definitely going to want to get tickets for that show when it comes up. Oh, real quick, Jonathan says, I've seen Once, twice. It was worth it. The music grows in you. I love that. I'm sure many people have seen Once more than once, for sure. So I love that you were able to see it so many times, Jonathan. Zoe says, pay no attention to the mismatched socks. Zoe, sadly, a lot of people have asked about the mismatched socks there. They're like, which Dorothy doesn't know how to pair her socks? So don't worry. We will have paired socks in the production of The Wizard of Oz. We will make sure our costumers have that on ready to go for sure. And then Luann, awesome. I love that. Woo! All of our fun friends. I love it. So yeah, so we'll talk more about Wizard of Oz coming up. We are excited to on Monday we move over to the main stage. I'm sure that Always a Bridesmaid, they're like, get those munchkins out of here. We're tired of hearing about that ding dong witch is dead and stuff. But that's just the luxury of ALT. Gosh, we have so many things going on. We have a rehearsal going on in the Academy classroom, as Always a Bridesmaid is rehearsing, while good people right now, they are rehearsing over Zoom because there's no spaces at the theater right now. And then, of course, once at the main stage. So tons of shows going on. And Matilda's about to start up rehearsals as well. So many things for sure. One more thing I wanted to let you guys know about that it's happening this weekend. If you're not familiar with it, make sure to check out our website. If you are here at the theater for once this coming weekend, check out our amazing artwork that we have in our lobby. Just to let you know that there's the first round of art is being, or art auction items will close at the end of once. So if you guys don't know, throughout the season, they have started an art display basically in the Turk lobby for patrons to bid on. Each of the art pieces were donated to ALT by absolutely amazing artists. I'm telling you, they're fantastic. And this is such a great way for us to raise money for the theater, of course. And you can now, we want to let you know, you can place your bids. You don't necessarily have to be at the theater. If you go to this website, I'm not going to read it all. You can copy it or go back to it whenever you play this back. If you go to this website, you can bid on the art, all of the art for that is up. We want to let you guys know that there's 2 pieces of art that are going to be closing out this coming weekend at the end of once, okay? Our amazing artist, Miss Pam Wolf, she donated 2 gorgeous pieces. I'm going to show them to you. This piece right here is called Boy in Forest. Boy in Forest. And then this piece right here is called Farm. Isn't that beautiful? I just want to, man, it looks like to me like the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz could just be hanging out in that field at some point. And Toto, Bentley would be running. Bentley would actually be licking the painting because he licks anything that he thinks might be food. So, but right there, you can bid on again, Farm and Boy in Forest at that website. You can always, of course, come by the theater and make a bid as well in person on those bid sheets. But throughout the rest of the season, each show will have some pieces that are closing out by our amazing artists. Thank you again, Pam Wolf, who donated those pieces. They're absolutely breathtaking, and we're so excited that you donated those for ALT to raise some funds for us. So we always say happy bidding. So all of you out there who are maybe looking for a good way to support the theater, but would love some beautiful art to hang on the wall, check out that website. Let's see here. Oh, there's some comments. Criselda says, "Don't fret, Zoe. Life is too short to match your socks." I love it. I love it. That should be a musical right there. Say it louder, Criselda. I love it. I love it. Oh, Luann says, "When is the Matilda run?" Matilda run will be in May. It'll be the first 3 weekends in May. It's going to be taking the place of Spamalot. So we will definitely get the word out about Matilda coming up in May. It's going to be a great, great fun show. Okay. I'm excited to bring in our next guest, guys. She is absolutely fantastic. Not only, of course, we all know her as an amazing performer that she is, an amazing instructor. She's done so many fabulous things. Of course, why not add amazing director to that long list of things that she is? My special guest for today is Miss Pegi Lovett. Miss Pegi, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. Fun fact, we're like just, I don't know measurement, but we're just in the other room. You're in the other room with me.
Hello. Hi, Jason.
I know, I love it. I was like, Pegi, let's have you on the actual set of our show so we could then do our Thursdays at 3 today. And yeah, earlier you were like Vanna White. Like, I mean, man, you were just did you ever want to be on a game show to be a Barker Beauty, if you will? Or
I don't think so. I don't think generic they'd let me on for geriatrics. I don't think.
We need to change that. I'm gonna write a stern letter.
We do.
First off, I'm so excited to see you. So excited that you've been. It's just been so much fun. Those of you who don't know, my office is at the Adventure Space, and that's where, of course, Always a Bridesmaid will be playing. And throughout the past, month and a half, I feel like I get to see so much of you because you coming in early to set things up or decorate the beautiful set, as you can tell. And so it's just been a joy seeing you, Miss Pegi. I've just missed you, and it's just been awesome.
It's good. It's good to be back in the theater. I walk in and I smell the smell, and I'm like, I'm home.
Yeah.
It's so good. Quarantine and being all that, and it's like we're back to real world life, even though it's different, but it's good.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, how are you feeling? How is your family? Is everyone doing good?
Good. We are so good. I just had my second coronavirus, my COVID virus, and I'm good. We're good.
Now they got the shots, and you're awesome. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
But what's awesome is, Pegi, even though you still have both shots, you've been wearing your mask at ALT, which
we were, and now that is
you're a
true.
rock star. You're still helping support
I've
everyone.
never directed a show where you can't see your actors' faces.
Right? It's so hard. And then you realize, like, are they enunciating? Are they projecting? Or is it the mask? And there's so many variables with that.
Even when I did auditions, I'm like, I hope I know who I cast. Because, you know, that of auditions those nights, I just let them remove it 6 feet away for just a minute. I'm like looking, I like them. Okay, that's good. Okay. So it's going to be a surprise when we reveal. And I'll be like, oh, who is that?
That's what you look like.
And they're awesome. They're awesome women. It's so exciting.
One of your past cast members from Boeing just made a comment. Dennis Humphrey said, make sure Tushy Grabber is on her list of things she does.
We're very intimate.
Right.
Dennis and I have a special bond.
That show, Boeing, that you got to be in with Dennis and Bobby and Camille and Marley and Jenny Morgan. I mean, gosh, that was such a fun show that you guys did.
It was so fun.
And yeah, I love the Tushy Grabber could be added to your special skills on a resume. Why not? Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Luann says singing is hard with masks too. Yes, it is. We're of course experiencing that with Wizard of Oz, and we'll be doing that with Matilda. And it's hard. It's hard for sure, but
it is difficult, but we can do it.
Exactly. So let's talk about Always a Bridesmaid. Of course, this is our next show at the Adventure Space. There's the fun logo right there. For those of you who don't know, Always a Bridesmaid, of course, will be playing March 4th through the 14th. That is 1 week from today. And we got some news about the show because, man, we'll talk about it, but it's a hot ticket right now, which is great. This, of course, for those patrons of ours who may be not familiar with the title of the show, this is a play that's written by the Jones, Hoop, and Wooten trio. They're 3 playwrights that have written so many comedies. Our successful comedies of Dixie Swim Club and Savannah Sipping Society. So you guys know their work, but you might not just know that title. Peggy, were you familiar with those 3 authors or any of their past work that they've done before?
Just the 2 that you mentioned, Dixie Swim Club and Savannah Sipping Society. Yeah, sure. And they're clever. These lines are funny. They're well written. The characters are so great.
Oh, and the characters are just, I feel like they're so, I don't want to say necessarily relatable, because sometimes you want to be like, I don't want to be related to that, but you might know relatives that
No, you'd be like, I know somebody, or that's my so-and-so. I know that person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. For sure. For those who have no clue what the show is about, tell us, without giving anything too much away, no surprise or anything, what is the show about?
Okay, there were 4 friends in high school, and they've known each other since like 7th grade. And they decided back then that they would be friends forever, like we do with all of our friends in high school. But they made a pact that they would be in each other's weddings, but
no matter what.
Little did they know that the weddings would go on and on and on. And so some of them have divorced, and some of them, there's just lots of weddings in this show, and I won't give it away, but they all come back and they're loyal. They're loyal friends, and they keep the pact, and it's just a riot. And there's so many funny.
I love it. I mean, that just right there sounds like, just the premise alone just sounds like
yeah. Trouble abounds, and
yeah. So tell us about basically the set, because is it set through different time periods? Is it set in different locations?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Well, what they do is they all grew up in this little town together. Okay. And well, one of them's an outsider, but you'll find out in the show. Anyway, it's Laurelton in Virginia, and so it's very southern. And they've always loved this building in town that they've turned into a venue for parties and weddings. It's called Laurelton Inn. And so they always, pictured their weddings there, and that's where they come back to every time, to the same venue to have their weddings at home. But then there's years difference between the first scene and then 2 years later, and then
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
The weddings aren't back to back. They don't fall back to back. So there's a lot of fun shenanigans in between.
I love it. And the set, like literally the set has looked gorgeous, like from 2 weeks ago. Like I mean, like early on, you just were bringing stuff in, and then I would go to use the bathroom. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful! Like all the decor and.
It's a Southern plantation. Of course, it's women, so it's pink and it's all about them, and it's aged and beautiful and just an old estate.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. Let's talk real quick about your absolute fantastic cast. There's some amazing people that you've, of course, have seen on our ALT stages before, that you've worked before, and we have some new faces. Is the only person that you worked with before, is that Carrie Huckabee?
Yeah, she's the only one I've worked with before. Of course, I've seen Christy Porter in
tons of
many
shows,
fabulous roles and things like that, and some of them. But yes, we have some new faces at ALT.
So exciting. So our ALT veterans, of course, Carrie Huckabee playing, is it Monette Gentry? Is that correct?
She plays Monette Gentry, a role that's very different for her, and she's having a ball with it. It's very fun for her to play something new.
Would you say it's maybe a little bit different than Marmee, which she just played on?
Just a little bit.
I love it. That's so much fun about acting, is you get to play so many different types of characters.
She can do it.
Of course, Christy Porter, who, of course, tons of musicals that she's done for ALT. I think this is her first play with at least with ALT. And she's playing. How do you say her first name? Is it Sedalia? Sedalia.
Yes. Sedalia. She plays the woman who is the proprietor. She owns the venue. And she is a strict businesswoman that gets these weddings going, and she is a riot.
I love it.
So fun.
Love that. That's awesome. Then, of course, one of our Academy alumni, so excited to see her in the show, Kelsey Landry, playing, is it Carrie Ames Bissett? Is that right?
Well, we call her Kari with the Southern accent.
Of course.
Oh, she is a delight. And she's our young blood. Oh my God. I'm so glad we have, she's our young bride.
Yeah.
She is good as a button. And we're so excited to have her.
I love it. Yes. And so exciting to see her back on our ALT stage. Then, of course, we have 3 new ALT making their ALT debut.
Yes.
Chris Miller playing Luby Ruth Ames, Brenda Bailey, who's playing Charlie Collins, and Nicole Murphy playing Deidre Wingate. Is that correct?
Yes.
How fun that we have new people.
I know. And they are a delight to work with.
Love it.
And, we just pull them in, and they have been super troopers through all of this. And, we had Snowmageddon last week.
Yes. You and I were like, you're having rehearsal? Are you going to?
We only missed one because of that night with the snowfall. But, here they are, and all of them. And these our newbies are so delightful.
I love it. I love having new people getting to be involved in our ALT.
Yes.
Sharing their talents and discovering what ALT is all about, which is absolutely fantastic. I want to
tell you, they're pretty impressed.
We love it. We love when people come
to way more than they ever thought it would be. So it's fun. It's fun.
Good. As we're talking about them, I wanted to show a couple of photos. We've got some sneak photos from you. Thanks to our friends over at, of course, Emerald Globe News. But you're right. I don't think I've ever seen Carrie Huckabee quite like this.
No. Now, you would not think this is a typical bridesmaid outfit, but for this particular scene, it is.
And I mean, that right there.
I want you to wear. You got to come see it. But this is a riot.
Has me certainly intrigued. I mean, that photo right there, it's like, oh my gosh.
Well, yes, there's an act, and no blood, but it is pretty violent right there.
Right. Nobody was harmed. No one was harmed during the.
No one was harmed in this show. Yes.
I love it. But yes, I mean, the costumes alone. And let's talk about your production team. Of course, Criselda Reyes, your assistant director, who, of course.
Yes, I couldn't do without. Absolutely.
Yes. And she's, of course, helped with so many shows throughout ALT's history. And then, of course, you have Lene Jacobs, who's costume.
Yay! I know. I just roped her into this. I said, I need help. And she's so amazing with it. And she's just on it, and she's amazing.
I love
and a lot of these women, the cast have been so helpful with their costumes also. They're like, oh, I got that, or oh, I can get that. And it's been wonderful.
That's fantastic.
It's been wonderful.
Seeing Kelsey in that dress, I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I know. When she comes in, it's a sweet moment. It's our only, because everything else is just tears in your eyes from laughter. And then that one is a tear in your eye because it is a sweet moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I love that. I love that. Well, and you're so strong with shows that have comedy, but a little bit mixture of drama, of course. Such a successful production that you directed for ALT of Steel Magnolias. And so these Southern shows, like, are you drawn to these Southern shows? Are you drawn to?
I don't know. I think they're drawn to me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this is my caricature. I don't know.
We'll find a good Russian drama or something for you to direct.
Well, the first night that we all got together after we cast the show, I told the ladies, I said, this show has no deep meaning. There is no life,
Right.
thing. And this is just fun and a laugh right now, which is what we all need.
Amen.
What the world needs now is laughter. Yes. And love.
Yes.
A lot of laughter. So there's really no deep drama here. And it's just fun. And that's what these Southern comedies are, and that's what they need.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun. It's so fun.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait. And we needed to let everyone know, of course, the show is originally supposed to be on our ALT main stage. When we were looking at everything with once needing a bigger audience in order, musicals, of course, cost us more to produce the rights and all that stuff. So we were like, oh gosh, we need to have a bigger audience for that show for it to get close to at least breaking even, if anything. And so that's when Always a Bridesmaid got moved over to the Adventure Space. Now, is this your first show? Obviously, it's your first show to direct over the Adventure Space, but you haven't performed at the Adventure Space either, correct?
Never performed in the Adventure Space.
Yeah. How is that for you? How are you liking this thrust kind of intimate space? Or?
It's been a challenge. I'm going to say that because, it's not your traditional proscenium arch looking inside the box kind of production. But back when I was a young thing, back when Jesus was a junior in high school, that's a Steel Magnolia line. I did a lot of dinner theater, and we did dinner theater in the round.
Oh, okay.
People were eating at tables, and actually we did Annie, and the dog had a horrible time not going up and taking people's pork chops. But that's a whole nother story. But because of performing so much in theater in the round, coming over here was like, okay, this is 3-sided theater.
Yeah.
And we just have to, so the blocking and the staging is different, but I am telling you what, I am so proud of my cast.
Yay.
Because I'm like, cheat out, and you're good. Wherever you sit, it's going to be good.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, it is interesting when you're over there because you definitely have to think about, you almost play corners more. And
yes.
You're like, my back's to this side of the audience, but then you're like, oh, but everyone else.
But later on, I'll turn around and then I'll
yeah.
It's a 3-dimensional more, but it's fun. And this show really, really does lend itself to that. It does.
Yeah.
Because it's so crazy, and my set is perfect for it, and we just make it work.
I love that. Now, as a director, do you prefer directing comedies? Do you prefer dramas? What's your, like, you know what I mean? If you have a preference of what you could direct, like, are you drawn to one more than another?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
I love good comedy, and I've been called the queen of bits because I can think of a million jokes. But some of my favorite shows that I've done or directed have been dramas. So
sure.
I love them both.
Yeah. It's almost like you get not more reward from one or the other, but both have, it's like, how can you pick your favorite kid? You know what I mean? Because it feels so good when a whole audience is just laughing out loud at moments.
Yes.
But then also whenever you have them crying and having that emotion, you're like, yes, we made them cry.
Yeah. I said that this show really doesn't have any deep meaning, but it really does, because in the show, one of the characters says, this is amazing, because if you always say, oh, I'm going to keep in touch with my friends in high school, and how many of us really get to do that or do that?
True.
And these women say, we have 4. I mean, we all have 3 best friends, and they've stuck together. So loyalty and friendship is It is the message of this show. It
Well,
really is.
and if you think about it, so many shows in the past have kind of done that that layout of. I mean, I think about Golden Girls, where 4 women and First Wives Club, the movie, and even like Thelma and Louise, like these friendships, women friendships mean something. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
are thick and thin, and they tell you how it is, and they might be the most honest people, but
Yes.
they're close knit for sure.
Yeah, they are tight, and they are woven. Their lives get woven together, and they don't break that.
Yeah.
They stay tight.
Well, and I mean, I just remember from past conversations, you have amazing sisters.
I do.
Your sister pack. That's a great squad right there.
Shout out to them. Oh my gosh, they're my best friends in the world.
Which is awesome. Yeah. I love that. I love that. I love it. I love it.
And I think about them a lot, when I'm directing, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is my other sister. Oh, this is
You're like, oh, this is sister. I love that. I love that. P.S. Luann loved your comment, Jesus in high school, which I think is hilarious. I love it. And Gail, I see your question. I'm going to ask it just in 1 second, because that's a great question, Miss Gail. I wanted to ask you, have you ever been a bridesmaid?
Yes.
You were?
In my sister's wedding, of course.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Did you have a
beautiful little? I'm the youngest, and all those sisters are like way older than me. So I was like flower girl for one thing. Oh, seriously. And I think I was an infant in an infant seat, but no, I'm kidding. I think I was a baby.
Your sisters are going to be like, well.
Yes, I have been. I have been a bridesmaid for some of my high school friends.
Yeah. Did you? I mean, there's always that kind of not joke necessarily about a bridesmaid's dress, like how sometimes they can be a little crazy. Did you ever have one that was like, whew, looking back at it, it was excuse me.
Yeah, the show 27 dresses, 27.
Yeah.
No, actually, they were all pretty decent. They were really. I mean, really, there wasn't anything. But wait till you see this show, because there's some. Well, you saw some glimpses.
Sure. I'm excited just from that.
Well,
I love that your AD there says, always the photographer, never the bride or the bridesmaid. I love it. I was a man of honor once. Or no, I've been man of honor a couple of times.
Ooh.
I've actually probably stood more on the side of the female than the male in all my past friendships of weddings. But I don't mind one bit at all. I love that. I love it. Now another question, which is probably a difficult question as well. What do you think you prefer more? Are you more? Do you have more passion when you direct something, or do you have more passion when you are acting in something? You know what I mean? Which is hard because you love both. I know so much. And they both, I'm sure, bring different rewards to you.
They do. Last night at rehearsal, we had a good rehearsal last night, and we were at the point where I could see things and then jump in and just tweak, because we're polishing already, which is so amazing, and working on things. And that's so fun. That's the directing side of me that goes, yes, yeah, that works. Let me see it. Do it again. And this cast is so wonderful. They just bring it out and do it. And that's really fun. I went home thinking, all right, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a good passion for that. But man, when you've got a good role, you jump in it with both feet, and it becomes a part of your soul. So I don't know. That's a hard one.
And isn't it funny too with different shows or different things? Like if you hear a certain piece of music, it immediately brings you back to like,
oh yes,
I remember that show, that time, and that fun and the energy. Or
yes.
Yeah.
And while this is not a musical, we have really fun music in this.
Oh, Michaela and I been working in our office, and we'll hear stuff, and we're like, this soundtrack's going to be awesome. I want the soundtrack to this show.
When we could hear it between the munchkins.
I know. We're so sorry. We are.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. And we were like, get the axe and
now.
Okay, so.
You're like, the witch died yesterday. Have you not finished seeing that scene by now? We're like, sorry, we have you cast. She's going to die again tonight, Peggy. She's going to die again tonight with Ding Dong. You might hear it again tonight. Somebody asked, which this is a great question. I was going to get to it real quick. Let me pull it up. Gail asked, can kids see it?
Yes, kids can see it. It's adventure space, and I don't know what rating we would give this show, but it doesn't have any bad language in it. It doesn't have any, but it does have a few innuendos because it's about marriage and women and bridesmaids. So there might be some things that the kids are like, I don't know what that means, or I don't
They don't
understand
get
it.
it, or sure.
It's not adult humor, and then it's raunchy or bad. Don't ever
nothing crude or anything like that. Or
I just it's all about adult humor, and because they're bridesmaids and they're older women and marriage. I don't know, but
yeah, no nudity, no crazy, no violence or anything like that. So oh, speaking of how we've been talking about how who's the bridesmaid and Criselda's the photographer, Luann down in Midland is always the piano player.
Always the piano player.
I love everyone's roles in a wedding.
Everybody has all the world is a stage.
Exactly. So we want to say, of course, who should come see the show, and it sounds to me like this is a show for everyone. Like we said, it was going to be on the main stage, so of course it has that still quality to it. Just
absolutely main stage show, yeah. And when Alan told me that we're going to bring it over to the Venture Space, it made perfect sense because there's 6 women in this show, and during COVID and everything, and being in a smaller space, it was safe, it was good, it works, it fits. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get to play over here.
Yeah, it's so exciting. The great thing too about the show is one, of course, so much fun, but it sounds to me like almost even a fun girls' night out show to go see. You know what I mean? Like get your besties out there and just go have fun and go and pick out who's who on stage out of your crew and all that good stuff. I think it's so much fun. But really just a fun night at the theater and get good quality entertainment, laugh.
Up close and personal, man.
We all need some laughing right now for sure.
Oh man. Yeah.
I want to say too, we were thinking right before we went on, I completely didn't realize this, but we joked about how you have only directed shows right now with all women. Steel Magnolias, and now this show, all women.
I know. I just don't know what I'd do if I had to direct a show with men in it right now. I don't know how I could be. Maybe the mother figure authority with them, because right now it's just all us girls, and I love it.
I love it. Yeah. So there'll be a show. Yeah. Next season, watch. You're just gonna have like a show with all men. All men.
All right. I'm good.
Yeah. It'll be the all men Russian drama. It's gonna be, I love it. So we were gonna say also, anyone who's maybe you've only seen shows at the main stage and you're like, adventure space shows really aren't my thing, rating stuff like this is a perfect show for you to come see at the Adventure Space. I've always wondered what that space looks like, or seen a show over there or anything like that. This is the perfect show for you because this is basically a main stage play that's being done over at the Adventure Space. And so,
let me also make this play about this. We are very safe. If you're worried about COVID, they seat you in blocks. The audience wears masks. We are. I've seen shows here during the pandemic, and I felt very safe.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, we with our strict COVID protocols, of course. If anyone is like, I want to know what those protocols are, check out our website, of course, AmarilloLittleTheater.org. You're going to want to click on the COVID-19 protocols drop-down menu. Click on that, and you can see our ALT main stage protocols for Once and Wizard of Oz, our Adventure Space protocols, backstage protocols, the Academy protocols. I mean, all of those protocols are there. And the great thing is that you're exactly right, Peggy. Our audiences are feeling safe at ALT. They're able to experience live theater. Our actors are safe because they've been wearing masks right up until the point. Then wear masks backstage as they're doing things.
Yes,
so we are keeping everyone safe. We have hand sanitizing. Check temperatures everywhere. I know, right? Yeah, it's like everywhere, every corner. I feel like I could wash my hands or sanitize my hands.
Yes, we are, and it is a safe place to come, and it's amazing that we are able to do this and still give audiences such a great variety in Amarillo with this happening.
Especially
so don't be like, oh, what's going on over there? No, it is a safe place to be.
And so many places aren't getting to do live theater right now, so we're definitely blessed. But yes, things are lining up a little bit, but we are going to stay holding our protocols with masks and everything like that, because we want to keep our doors open the rest of the season in order for, Wizard of Oz to happen, and Matilda and Good People and all those shows the rest of the season.
So many great shows.
So we're just going to hold on tight and keep trucking along for at least for the rest of the season for sure. I want to congratulate you though, because if you guys haven't heard yet, we have yet to really advertise the show. We've yet to really put it out there. The Globe News article will come out this Sunday. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday morning, it was sold out. Peggy. We did call Peggy, like, selling out Peggy. That's going to be your new nickname at AOP. Sold out. And so we're excited to announce, I think I can make the announcement, that your cast, you and your fabulous cast of Always a Bridesmaid, are adding 2 performances to the run of the show. So if you don't have your tickets yet, which that was me. I was like, I haven't looked at the schedule yet because of Wizard of Oz. I was like, oh my gosh, it's sold out. I need to get one of these added on performances. We want to remind you, of course, March 4th and 11th, those are Thursdays, shows at 7:30. March 5th, 6th, 12th, and 13th at 8 o'clock. There's Sunday matinees on the 7th and the 14th. And the 2 new added shows are now March 7th and 14th, the Sunday shows at 6:30. So looking at that's if you went on the website right now, you'll notice all those sold outs, or maybe a few tickets on that Friday on the 5th, just maybe 1 or 2 there. But then that Sunday the 7th at 6:30 and March 14th at 6:30, you can still purchase tickets. So get those before they're gone, because I'm telling you, by the end of this week, they're probably going to be gone.
That's so
Peggy,
exciting.
I know. Congratulations to you and your cast. It's absolutely fantastic. One thing that you mentioned that we want to make sure audience knows, that yes, usually at the Adventure Space, you can just show up and pick your seats, and it's open general seating. This season, we're our box office, they've been working so hard. They are actually assigning your seats in the Adventure Space. They'll, of course, make sure there's social distancing and all that stuff. Just makes it easier for everyone to have social distance seats, and they'll get more people in that way because they know how many to expect. And the great thing too is then you don't have to show up right when the doors open to get a seat. They're already taken care of, all of that good stuff. So again, congratulations. We cannot wait to see the show. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Oh, Luann says, great to hear of your precautions. Yes, we have some great precautions, Luann, and our staff and our board, and we have so much support with that. And it's like every day we check on things and check the CVC, and we check what all is going on in our world to make sure that ALT is still the safest place to be, for sure. Peggy, anything else you want to mention about the show, or I cannot, like I said, I cannot wait to see it. I'm going to see the first that 7th, the Sunday 6:30 show.
Oh, awesome.
Guys, I could squeeze in that time. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
I would tell people when I did Steel Magnolias to bring Kleenex for the crying. This one you may want bring Kleenex, because you'll just be laughing, and just get teary because the laughs will come. These girls are funny.
I love it.
So well with each other.
Well, literally, we cannot wait to see you guys. We cannot wait to see the show. We can't wait for all of the laughter and just all of the good feelings that we're going to put back in our amazing community. Thank you, Peggy, for being on our show today. Of course, just quick reminders again, everyone should come. If you haven't seen once, see it this weekend. Be sure to check out. And we want to remind you, once it's over at our ALT main stage. Then also don't forget the lovely art by Pam Wolf. You can still bid on this weekend, Boy in Forest, and of course, Wolf. Then, of course, check out, if you haven't gotten your tickets, get a ticket for one of those added 6:30 Sunday shows for Always a Bridesmaid. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Again, if this doesn't want to get you at the theater right there, I don't know what would get you at the theater. I mean, I have so many exciting things about that picture. I absolutely love it. We love you, Miss Peggy. Thank you again for being on, and have a great rehearsal. I'll see you, of course, in a little bit, but as our munchkins. That's what's always also funny too, when your actresses come. It's like, if you're this tall, keep going to Always a Bridesmaid, and then if you're this low or shorter, stay with me, because you're a munchkin or a munchkin. Yeah, I love it.
Now she's not the Wicked Witch; she's the director of that.
Right. I love it. Well, we can't wait to see all your success on our stage.
Thank you
for spending also your quality time and your energy and pouring into ALT. We are certainly going to see that all on our stage, which we're so excited about. And we hope you have a good rehearsal tonight. We hope all of our patrons have a great rest of your weekend. See you at once this weekend, Always a Bridesmaid the following 2 weekends. And we hope you guys have a safe weekend as well. All right, Miss Peggy, thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Let me get my little video. All right.